Brother Looking for Life here, bringing you guys a brand new deck profile, one that I know a lot of you guys are looking forward to, and that is, of course, post-Banlist and post-Expo Odd Eyes deck profile. A lot of you guys really liked my previous one. Like, holy crap, it's like my most popular video of this year so far, which, of course, isn't saying much, because we're only like a month and 14 days in, or no, what day is it now? I can't remember. Anyway, so, yeah, this deck, I really like this deck, and it got kind of destroyed by the ban list, but it also got a lot of support from Expo, and by that I mean one card, and that one card is stupid, but I digress. So, let's get on to deck profile before I just start blabbering on, and then we're never going to get anywhere for 5 minutes. Anyway, so moving on. First and foremost, we got triple Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon. Arc Pendulum Dragon's kind of your main thing that you want to get out onto the field as soon as possible. Of course, he's a normal monster, so that's not really anything too major. But however, while he's in the Pendulum Zone, every time an Odd Eyes is destroyed, once per turn, you can special summon out another Odd Eyes from your hand, deck, or graveyard. It's really stupid. The fact that it's only a hard once per turn, and nothing like anything else. There's like no other restrictions. It's like, oh, an Odd Eyes was destroyed. Okay, get another one. It's really stupid. Let you get any Odd Eyes for practically free. I really do love this card. It just makes this deck actually playable. And in conjunction with some other cards, it makes this deck really stupid. One of those cards, of course, being YgoAmino Astrograph Sorcerer, something that I wasn't playing in my old build, but I really should have been. So, Astrograph Sorcerer. If you guys don't know, like 90% of this card's card text is irrelevant. The one thing that is relevant, though, is that if a card you control is destroyed, specifically a monster, you can spell summon it from your hand, and then, well, actually it's not a monster, it's just any card, but you can spell summon it from your hand, and then you can target a monster among those that is either in your graveyard, extract, or banished. Add another copy of that card from your deck to your hand. Really stupid. The fact that he just plops himself onto the field and gets you another card for practically nothing, and in conjunction with like Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon and stuff that you'll be popping your monsters with, well, your Odd Eyes is at least, with like, for instance, Sky Iris, Performapal Pendulum Sorcerer, and of course good old Electromite, you'll be able to plus so much, it's ridiculous, and I just absolutely love it. The deck gets really stupid if you open Astrograph with good old Arc Pendulum Dragon and something to pop another Odd Eyes. It's really good. Next up, we got two Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragons. Kind of sort of the old Heart and Soul of the deck. I mean, granted, he's not anymore. That would be Arc Pendulum, but hey, Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon is pretty cool too. That double battle damage is really nice of OTKs. And then we got two Odd Eyes Phantom Dragons. Again, he's just really basically another Odd Eyes name, and then he just has some pretty decent effects too. While he's in the Pendulum Zone, and you have another Odd Eyes in your other Pendulum Zone, which will most of the time be Arc Pendulum Dragon, whenever a monster battles, you can pump up that monster by a 1200 attack once per turn. And that's just really stupid. Really good card. He has another effect which is not as relevant, but hey, it's still there. Just burn damage, helps you with OTKs. Then I got two Yankee Magician. He's a low scale, and the big thing is that while he's in a Pendulum Zone, you can target a Xyz monster you control, and then treat it as having a level equal to its rank for an Xyz summon. Really good for just going into your Odd Eyes Raging and Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragons and doing some shenanigans with them. Among other things, you can do other shenanigans with them. Not only that, but also, of course, if he's a monster, you can, well, just negate a light monster's effect once per turn, which is really funny, because that helps out actually in certain duels, matchups, and stuff. Like, generally speaking, if you're doing against Trickstar, you want to have this guy out on the field to negate Candina, which is just hilarious. And then we got two Odd Eyes Persona Dragon. I'm kind of debating on putting him up to 3 because this card is so integral, it's not even funny. So not only is he a really good low scale, but also while he's in the Monster Zone, you can target a monster your opponent controls that was summoned from the extract during your player's turn, negate that monster's effect till the end of the turn. Typically speaking, ideally you would want to get this guy out alongside a Vortex Dragon and maybe some other monsters out on the field as soon as possible, because then you get 2 negates, and it's just really stupid and really awesome. And then we got Odd Eyes Mirage Dragon, who's another good high scale, but the other big thing is that also while he's in the Monster Zone, you can target Odd Eyes you control. Once this turn, it cannot be a sort of battle or card effect, so it just really helps with protecting your stuff, and it's kind of like another negate, but not really. Then for the 1-ofs, we got one Odd Eyes Lancer Dragon. This guy, you generally, well, you can only summon him off of Arc Pendulum Dragon, because you can't pendulum summon him. He's level 8 for some silly reason. 3k attack, and he's an armade. He's really good. His other effect is irrelevant. Then we got one Perform Pal Odd Eyes Dissolver. So his thing is really cool. So again, he's level 8, which is stupid. But he's a hand trap, and basically whenever a pendulum monster you control is battling, you can spell summon from your hand. Your monster can't be destroyed in that battle. You still take the damage though, of course, because Arc V memes are funny. But the big thing is that once per turn you can fusion summon a fusion monster. At least I think it might be any fusion monster. Is it dragon type? I can't remember. You can fusion summon one fusion. Okay, so it's any fusion monster. The fusion monster you can from your extra deck, obviously, using monsters you control or cards in your pendulum zone, which is really, really stupid. And then also, if he's in the pendulum zone, he's just a polymerization once per turn, which is nice. Good one, Odd Eye Saber Dragon. Just another beater that you summon off of your good old Arc Pendulum Dragon. Helps out with OTKs and just getting rid of monsters. One Perform Pal Odd Eyes Light Phoenix. He's basically a Battle Fader, kind of, but not really. And he can also help out with the OTKs by pumping up a Perform Pal. One Dark Worm to get him in the graveyard, and then just, you know, summon him from the graveyard, and then, hey, get free Electromite, basically. One Perform Pal YgoAmino. So this guy's really, really interesting. So once per turn, wise as a monster, you can fusion summon a Dragon-type fusion monster using dragons you control and this card. So pretty good, but also the big thing is, while he's in the Pendulum Zone, if you fusion summon, you can add one of your Odd Eyes Perform Pal or Pendulum Magicians from your extra deck back to your hand. Really, really good. I think it's any of those. Yeah, any of those. From your extra deck to your hand. Really, really good for just recursion. He was even better back before Skulkerbat got banned, because you could add back Skulkerbat and then, you know, just normal summon out to Skulkerbat and get another search and repeat that process. But of course, they had to go and ban Skulkerbat. Yeah, I'm a bit salty about that still. One Perform Pal Pendulum Sorcerer. So I was going to put in 2, and then Skulkerbat got banned. So I think he's still only a 1-of, because there's only really a few other Perform Pals in the deck. But however, he's still a great way to trigger Arc Pendulum Dragon. One good old Noble Dragon Magicians is simply for making level 7 and possibly even higher Synchro Monsters pretty easily. One Perform Pal Odd Eyes Unicorn. Really good effects, just generally speaking, though, it's mainly used as a level, scale 8, for if you can't get Arc Pendulum Dragon. And then that's it for the main, for the main monsters. On to the spells. We got Triple Skyrus. This is one of your main ways of triggering Arc Pendulum Dragon. While this card is out, your opponent cannot target your Odd Eyes Perform Pal or Magician Pendulum monsters in your Pendulum scales with card effects. And then also, once per turn, you can target a face-up card you control other than itself. Pop it, search out any Odd Eyes cards from your deck to your hand. That's a hard once per turn, so you can't activate multiples in a turn, which is understandable, but still annoying. Then we got Triples Terraforming, search out the Skyrus. Triple Duelist Alliance searches out any Pendulum card from your deck to your hand. Mainly going to be grabbing Arc Pendulum Dragon, but there are a few other things you can grab with it. Good old double Odd Eyes Fusion, just lets you go into more fusions and stuff. The fusion part is like really one of the main aspects of this deck, if you haven't caught already. 2 Summoner's Art, which is just really, really good for being able to get, it's another way of getting Arc Pendulum really. 2 Desires. I'm kind of debating on dropping this, mostly because I play so many 1-ofs, and Desires can get rid of those. And those 1-ofs are kind of integral to the deck, but I don't know what else to put in this deck for draw power. So I kind of need to play this right now, until I can find something else. 1 Monster Reborn, because hey, that's legal now, and that's awesome. And then 1 Fool's Burial, just simply to get Dark Worm in the graveyard, which is nice. You can also get other stuff in the graveyard, like Noble Dragon, but it's mainly for Dark Worm. On to the extra deck. First and foremost, we got 2 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragons. Kind of sort of the main fusion monster you're going to be making, and kind of goes without saying. And then we got good old Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, because he's pretty stupid. Really good effects, but again, like, you don't make him as much as you do the Odd Eyes Vortex, because Odd Eyes Vortex is not just a compulse on summon, but also a negation. And then if he dies, you can just summon him back from the graveyard with Arc Pendulum Dragon. It's really stupid. And then we got 2 Odd Eyes Absolute Dragons. This card is also pretty good. He's a, he's pretty much a Utopia. Whenever your opponent attacks or whenever you attack, you can detach and negate the attack and then summon an Odd Eyes from your hand or graveyard. Pretty good, and if he dies, you can summon any Odd Eyes from your action deck for free, which is pretty stupid. One Supreme King Dragon Dark Rebellion, because this thing is really stupid and can steal games pretty easily. Really good card. I can't even express how good of a card he is. Now granted, you only got really 2 monsters that can make him, but however, he can steal games so easily, and both those monsters are pendulums, so it kind of goes without saying that it's not too hard to do. One good old number 11 Big Eye for stealing my opponent's stuff and being able to use it. Generally speaking, you want to try and steal your opponent's link monsters like a firewall or something so you can open up more zones. One Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, because this card is still stupid. One Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon, and one Odd Eyes Raging Dragon. Mostly in here for the Odd Eyes Fusion, but however, you do get to make them every now and then with the Yankee Magician. And then you really just win the game with that. It's pretty stupid. One Odd Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon, mainly for the effect to knock out my opponent's monster effects during the battle phase. But however, the special summoning effect is pretty combo heavy too sometimes, depending on what's going on. And then one Nirvana High Paladin, because you can make him using this guy and a Mirage Dragon, which is pretty good. I like that a lot. Just being able to get a free card back and then having a freaking 3300 who has my opponent's life points every time he kills something is pretty stupid. And I'm saying that a lot. I need to stop saying pretty stupid a lot, because that's pretty stupid. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. One Electromagnet, because that's all I got. I pulled them, and I'm not chugging out a crap ton of money for another one for a while. So yeah, if you have 2, then replace this guy with another one. Zephyr Metaltron. I don't get the hate for Zephyr Metaltron. He's not a bad card per se. He's basically Electromite, but he's a heck of a lot slower. He's more reactive than proactive. But the big thing is that he does open up 3 zones below him, and then he can also negate stuff, or I can't remember if it was negate or banish. You can target one monster on each player's field as summon from the action deck and set discard banish both until the end phase. So yeah, just getting rid of my opponent's monsters is always great. If you get rid of an Xyz, it no longer has its materials, which is pretty stupid. There I go again saying that. But again, just a really good card in general. I don't get the hate for him. I get it that Electromite's just 100 times better for our pendulum decks than this thing, but he's still pretty good overall. And then one Saryuja, because the fact that you can make this card so easily in this deck and also get all 4 of his effects is really good. Especially that big, hand molding effect where you can just draw 4, put back 3, get rid of cards you don't need or cards that you're just going to summon off of Arc Pendulum Dragon. Really good card. I absolutely love him. Very helpful for this deck. So guys, that is the deck profile. What do you guys think of this version of Odd Eyes? I know that it's probably not the best version because I don't have more than one Electromite. But however, I still love this deck a lot. I've been having a lot of fun with it. It's been working pretty well. What would you guys recommend taking out to replace Desires? I really can't decide, and I don't know what else to put in. If there is anything, or what do you guys think on this deck? Leave your ideas, recommendations, and concerns down below. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a great day. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and see you all later. Peace out.